ऐसे बेंजामिन, विदाल, योसेफ, यूजिको, डेनियला, लिजा, शनाया, स्काइला. Okay. How were the exams? Good. How was bio paper? Simple? Very simple, I guess. Simple. Oh, what part of the question paper you thought is difficult? I can't hear you marking. Okay, all of you have to send me your question papers. Okay, on WhatsApp. Hmm? Okay. Wait, all of you are from different, only one. You both are from one higher secondary? No, you're from UN? Benjamin. So you can send me. Okay, so Benjamin, you don't have to send because she's already sending. UN, Yuziko. So you can send me the question paper. You are from Commerce. Okay, so is there anybody from Commerce? No. So you can send. You, you and who else is there in the same? No, right? Okay, so one, two, three, four people will send me the question. Okay, so ask me how were my holidays? I enjoyed at home. I went, roamed some places. I was happy. अशी तुमच्या एक्झामी परत परत येऊनी आणि म्हाका हॉलिडे मिळवनी न्ही otherwise we don't get holidays here because for you 11 12 is only for 2 years. For us every year is 11th and 12th, so no holidays for us. Only when you have your exams we get our holidays. So when you are suffering we are roaming. Okay, yeah. So physics teacher, actually her father-in-law have passed. So she won't be conducting the classes till 11th of August. I think 11th she will be starting with the classes. So they will let you know in the group. So till then you have only bio classes. Okay, fine. Is there any confusion here? Same timing. Okay, same timing, 1.5 hour class. Hmm? Yes, so today we are starting with the new chapter, which is bit easy, which is cell. Yes, open your textbooks. So all of you must be having this chapter for sure for this exam. Okay? Cell. Hmm? Yes. So I am doing the same old thing, mistakes. I have not yet learned my lesson. So I'm asking you again, what how do you define a cell? If there is anybody who knows the answer, can raise their hand and answer it. Very good. The smallest unit of living organism is cell. Our body is made up of cells, right? Then these cells come together and form tissues. These tissues come together and form organs. Organs come together and form organ system. Okay, actually कशें आसा ना, जर if you are like कॉम्पिटिटिव्ह एक्झाम ओरिएंटेड फॉर एक्झाम्पल नीट एक्झाम जर तुम्ही ताका डेडिकेटेड आशिल्ली न्ही देन आय वूड हॅव स्टार्टेड माय चॅप्टर विथ आय दिस क्लासेस विथ दिस चॅप्टर एक्चुअली because cell is the basic thing which we require in all the chapters that we are learning. Okay, 11th ताकूय बी 12th ताकूय बी. Okay, so I would have started with this chapter if जर तुम्ही नीटाचे प्रिपरेशन करताली जाल्यार. Okay, and always remember whatever things are mentioned here, ह्याच्याकून मातशे एक दोन रुपयाचे extra you will have to learn for your NEET exams. Okay, if you how many of you are preparing for NEET exam? I mean planning for सगळी दितली. आय एम व्हेरी मच शुअर. फक्त आता कोण हात वयर काडपाना. आणि जर मागीर कोण नीट दिता म्हणून म्हाका सांगत हांव धाडयतलें मागीर आं. आतां ना म्हणटा आनी मागीर म्हणटा ना 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 हांव दितलें हांव दितलें हांव दितलें करून. So if because you know almost 50% of the weightage is for biology in NEET exams. Okay, that's why you have these biology tuitions. आजकाल भुरगीं नीट एक्झाम दिवपाक लागला पयलीं बायोलॉजी ट्युशन नाशिल्लेच. When I was in my 11th 12th standard तेन्ना बायोलॉजी ट्युशनच नाशिल्ले because nobody was interested in answering NEET. जेन्नाच्यान आमकां खबर सुद्दां नाशिल्लें नीट एक्झाम आसता म्हणून बाय द वे. It was not compulsory at that time. We had a state level exam, GSET. Okay. Yes. So how many of you are going to answer NEET exam? मागीर आय एम व्हेरी सिरियस. मागीर जर कोणे म्हटलें आय एम इंटरेस्टेड इन आन्सरिंग नीट एक्झाम or म्हणजे आय जस्ट अटेम्प्ट नीट एक्झाम. नो, I will not even allow you to fill the form. Yes, tell me fast. Nobody? Sure? Accordingly म्हाका शिकोवपाक जाय आनी कांय न्ही. Okay, close your eyes, all of you. Close your eyes. Yes, how many of you are interested can raise your hands. Okay, fine. Open your eyes. I got it. कोण कोण आसा ती कळ्ळी म्हाका. Okay, yeah. So yes, cell is what is the smallest, what you can say, unit of a living being. Fundamental unit you can say. Okay, if cells now, then obviously you can say they are what? Non-living things, right? So these are the keywords which you have to learn in this chapter. Okay. आता कितें केलां हांवें, I have seen how many of you are writing the keywords. So I म्हणल्यार आसूं चल give up करुया and I'll note down all the keywords and give it to you ready-made. Okay, फुडले next सगळे chapters तशेंच आसा, ready-made keywords मेळटा सगळ्यांक. Okay, थोड्यांनी बरयला, थोड्यांनी बरोवना तशें आसा. Okay, so now I'm giving you new textbook. Then, आसा. Okay, so I'm giving you 1 minute. First line in जे keywords आसा पळय, just find out those and highlight in your textbook. रोकडेच मेळटले ते, so don't worry. Within 2 minutes जातले सगळे. Too early. Okay. Stop for some time. Just go through these keywords and खंयचे खंयचे तुमकां meaning खबर आसा पळय that you just keep in your mind. Or the ones which you're interested to learn, the one you feel are yani कसले stupid now. Okay, just keep those words in your mind and then we'll learn it eventually. You know what is quasi-fluid? You know what is exonym? You know what is lumen? You know what is tonoplast? You know what is acrocentric? You know what is leucoplast? No, leucoplast? Okay, you know chloroplast? Yeah, there's a cousin, leucoplast. They both are plastids. Okay, then chromatophores, chromatophores, flagella, pili. Pili is also cousin of flagella. So not cousin, they are siblings. Flagella, pili, and fimbriae. Yani I think I have shown the diagram of these three things. Flagella, pili, fimbriae. Okay, मागीर कोण उरलो? Microfilaments, microtubules, then stroma lamellae, thylakoid membrane. हे जे आसा पळय mesophyll cells, stroma, thylakoid, lumen, stroma, lamellae, lumen, grana, microtubules. हे सगळे हांगा जे कोनशाक दिल्या पळय, they all are very, very, very important even from the plant physiology point of view. Okay, so this chapter is like hanga tumi ille she shiktali about all the chapters, the basics which are required specially for plant and animal physiology part. Okay, and also for the chapters which are there in 12th standard. Okay, so एक कोई lecture has a miss करनाका. This is very important. न्हीद येता जाल्यार उदक पिया मदी मदी. उदक हाडू ना जाल्यार माझ्याकडे आसा उदक हांगा. Okay, so you can ask for water, no problem, but do not sleep. Yes, ready? Fine. Yes, so cell is what? Fundamental, structural, and functional unit of all living organisms. Then, so there are unicellular cells and multicellular cells. Unicellular organisms, we can say. Okay, what are unicellular organisms? Unicellular. ए चढ झाले आता सिरियसली इतले खबर ना आणि खंयच्या टिचरीक सॉरी म्हणपाचें उरला मागेले लायक यू गायज आर पनिशिंग मी बिकॉज दिस इज हाव आय यूज टू बिहेव विथ माय टीचर I really feel bad for them now. Unicellular, multicellular, we are multicellular. Unicellular example खबर आसा? Bacteria, very good, right? Okay, so they are composed of only one single cell, and this is more than one cell. Then these are the names of two scientists. Leeuwenhoek, त्यांनी किती केलंय? First saw and described a living cell. Okay, living cell or live cell. Robert Hooke, Robert Brown. Robert Brown ने किती केलंय? Discovered the nucleus. You remember about Robert Hooke? 9th standard, सेम चॅप्टर आशिल्लो सेल, फंडामेंटल युनिट ऑफ लाईफ अशेंच नाव आशिल्ले ते गेले. तेन्ना आमी वाचलेले अबाउट रॉबर्ट हुक. रॉबर्ट हुकान फर्स्ट टाइम सेल स्टडी केले. हेणे कितें केलें? लिव्हिंग सेल स्टडी केले. तेणी कितें केल्ले? इट वॉज नॉट लिव्हिंग सेल, इट वॉज डेड सेल. ओके, सो दॅट वॉज डन बाय रॉबर्ट हुक. एंड दिस इज रॉबर्ट ब्राउन, जेणे न्यूक्लियस स्टडी केलो, आणि लिव्हनहॉक जेणे एक लिव्हिंग सेल फर्स्ट टाइम स्टडी केलो. इज दिस क्लियर? सो जेन्ना जेन्ना कितें म्हणटा ते MCQ टाइप क्वेश्चन येता पळय, तेन्ना आमी कन्फ्यूज जाता वेदर इट्स रॉबर्ट ब्राउन ऑर रॉबर्ट हुक. ओके, रॉबर्ट हुक तेणी कितें केलें? डेड सेल्स स्टडी केले. रॉबर्ट ब्राउनान न्यूक्लियस केलो. एंड एंथोनी वॉन लिव्हनहूक हेणी कितें केलें? लाईफ सेल स्टडी केले. इज दिस क्लियर? हांगासरल्यान सायंटिस्टाची एक तरी फिल इन द ब्लँक्स येता. ओके, बिकॉज देर आर मेनी सायंटिस्ट, खूप आसा फुडें फुडें, इल्ले 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 करून सगळे आपले स्टोरी सांगता. ओके, इज दिस क्लियर? And when we are in 11th, 12th standard, we feel this is something useless. We don't want to study the names of the scientists. But jenna आम्ही कितीतरी काम करतली पळय, something which is unique and something which is published, or even when you're clicking a picture and your friend is posting it without giving you picture credit, so obviously you feel bad. की आपण हे काम केला, हे फोटो हांवें काढला, so why she or he is not giving me the picture credit. Okay, so त्यांचे आता credit त्यांना मेळपाक जाय. That's why we are taking the scientist names very serious. Okay, fine. So next is about cell theory. Cell theory म्हणजे किती सांग? Cell theory म्हणजे all living organisms, they are composed of cells and product of cells. Okay, product of cells म्हणजे किती? एक सेल डिवाइड जाता, दोन जाता, ते डिवाइड जाता, चार जाता, डिवाइड जाता, आठ जाता. So obviously it is what? Product of cells, right? Then all cells are arising from the pre-existing cell. This is the cell theory. एक सेल आशिल्लो, त्या सेलांतल्यानूच मातशे मातशे variation जावन we have evolved. Okay, then these are the names of few scientists who have done some work, and this is the year in which they have worked. So first name is, yes, Lisa, read it loudly. Can you hear her? Benjamin, can you hear Lisa? Yes, yes. Claydon. Okay. In the year 1938. What he did? He was botanist. Botanist means, botany means study of plants, and study of animals is chalk bhi आशिल्लो न्ही, टाक करून मारपाक बरे पडटा आशिल्ले. This we can't throw all the time. So परत वचून हाडचे पडटले. Okay, so he was what? Botanist. And what he did? Examine large number of plants and observe that plants are composed of different kind of cells which form the tissues of the plant. So the plant cells are little bit different. That's what was studied by the Sladen in the year 1838. Okay, next is Theodore Schwann. Schwann cell म्हणून एक concept असा by the way. तो तुमका आता ना, maybe later, maybe in higher classes you'll have that. Schwann cells. So हेने इतले काम केलं, his contribution is so much की त्याच्या नावान एक सेलाचे नाव सुद्धा नाव दिला. Okay, so in 1839 what he did, he was zoologist. So he studied different types of animal cells and reported that cells of this thin outer layer, which is totally known as plasma membrane. He also concluded that the presence of cell wall is unique character of plant cell. So त्याने किती म्हटले? Plasma membrane जो असा, it is a character which is unique. Okay, it is there in plants as well as animals. But cell wall जो असा पळय, cell wall is present only in the case of only in the case of yes. Now, on the basis of this, Schwann he also proposed one more theory that was about bodies of animals and plants are composed of cell and products of cell. So this is the place from where this cell theory actually started. ओके श्वानान जे काम केले पळय आणि तेणी जे प्रपोज केले थिअरीज तेजे वयल्यान तेंच्यान चिंतले की ओके हांगासरल्यान खंय तरी वी कॅन थिंक अबाउट दी सेल थिअरी ओके देन नेक्स्ट इज अबाउट Rudolf Virchow in 1855. What he did? Cell divide jata and new cells form jata. ये theory त्याने find out केले. So they are coming from the pre-existing cells. So that time they used to not write in English, obviously. So it is what? Omnis cellula a cellula. That is all cells come from the cells. Okay, one common cell. Is this clear to everybody? Yes, can I ask you a statement to Etani? What do you mean by opening cellula a cellula? Okay, that is all the cells are arising from a pre-existing cells. Okay, is this clear? So this is about cell theory. Fine. Now we'll see only the overview of cells. Cells and kide asta te sage. By any chance, is there anybody who would like to wish to draw the diagram of cell? I can draw it within 1 minute. But is there anybody who wants to draw it willingly? किती असं होतं वाकडं तिकडं किती काढा 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 This is plant cell or animal cell? Actually, there is one more thing which I have to draw, but it's okay. Sadhya, you can tell me. Plant cell or animal cell? एक hint do. Major difference between plant cell and animal cell, 3 differences we have seen, I guess. Right? एक किती असतं? Chloroplast is present in case of plants and animals are absent असतं. Cell wall is present in case of plants, animals are absent असतं. Right? So हांगा किती असा? Outermost layer in the case of plants is, so this is plants and this is PM आणि CM, plasma membrane, cell membrane. I'm telling you both the names. कित्याक सांग? म्हाका literally MSc found कळा की plasma membrane and cell membrane is the same. Okay, so that's why जे म्हाका late कळा पळय ते तुमका 11th सांगता. Okay, plasma membrane, cell membrane are the same. Okay, so you don't have to Google, you don't have to find out anything when you reach in your graduation or post graduation. Okay, now you know it. Fine. Then this is chloroplast. अजून तुम्ही structure शिकू ना, but still this is chloroplast. This is mitochondria. Very good. This is nucleus. Nucleusच्या भितर असता तेका nucleolus, right? This main area is called as, very good, cytoplasm. Okay, so आमच्याकडे किती आसा, we have cell wall, plasma membrane, cell membrane, then we have cytoplasm. Cytoplasm and we have all the cell organelles. किती म्हणतात आम्ही तेका, cell organelles. Cell organelles म्हणजे कोण, mitochondria, ribosomes, okay, then chloroplast, all these are cell organelles. And there is one more important structure which is present, तेका आम्ही किती म्हणता, nucleus. Nucleus भितर किती आसा, nucleolus. So nucleus, nucleolus are two different things. Okay, nucleus च्या भितर कोण असा, nucleolus. Is this clear? Yes? Okay. Now, I don't know, yeah, ओदोच्यान वाकडे अशी कित्याक दिसता म्हाका? Maybe something is changed. Stick it behind. Pushpa. Yeah. So, overview of cell, common beta. मी plant, animal हांगा differentiate करूना. So, कोण कोण असता cellan? They have cell wall. Okay, outermost layer in plants. Then they have cell membrane, plasma membrane, which is present in plants and animals. Plants and किती असा, cell wall plus plasma membrane. Animals and किती असा, only plasma membrane. Then nucleus or nuclei. Okay, so this is the dense membrane, right? It is very thick. जेन्ना आम्ही मायक्रोस्कोपाच्या अंडर ऑब्जर्व करता, the thick, the dense or the darkly stained जे आमकां दिसता पळय, that is nucleus. Okay, dense membrane bound structure called as nucleus. आणि त्याच्या भितर किती असता, DNA, genetic material. Genetic material म्हणजे किती, most of the time it is DNA, sometimes it is RNA. Okay, then prokaryotes, eukaryotes. So now there is a difference between these two types of cells. Okay, and here जे असा पळय, two types of cell, this is based on the complexity. Prokaryotic cell is simpler one, okay, not that complicated, but eukaryote is complicated. We are falling under eukaryotes, right? So example of eukaryote is humans. Any other example of eukaryote? Plants, very good. Any other animal, right? Prokaryotes example, anything? I think he is obsessed with bacteria. Microbiology आवडता. Okay. Yes, so prokaryotes किती असा, they lack a membrane bound nucleus. So the one nucleus असा पळय हांगा, एका किती असता, it is having a membrane like this. Okay, membrane or covering you can say. He covering जे असा पळय, it is not present in prokaryotes, but it is present in eukaryotes. Okay, this is the major difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Fine. Then cytoplasm, obviously that is the semi-fluid matrix. म्हणजे किती हे, right? This is cytoplasm, semi-fluid matrix. Okay, so this occupies the major volume or major part of the cell. Then cytoplasm is the main arena, main area where cellular activities take place. So सेलाचे जे कितें फंक्शन आसा पळय, ते सगळे फंक्शन खंय जाता, in the cytoplasm itself, because थंयच cell organelle आसा न्ही. So the food packaging आसा, or transportation आसा, or you can say DNA multiplication asa, replication asa, everything happening in cytoplasm. Okay, so both in case of plants and animals, various chemical reaction occur in it to keep the cell in a living state. So jenna cytoplasm, you can say it is not aqueous in structure, or it is not providing the कितें म्हणटा ते, all the conditions which is required for any chemical reaction to occur. So तेन्ना आमी कितें म्हणटा, now it's slowly turning towards a dead cell. ओके मागीर हळूहळू कितें जाता तो डेड सेल जाता बिकॉज ऑल दीस ऑप्टिमम conditions are required in the cytoplasm so that the cell is performing correctly. Okay, is this clear to everybody? आता कोण आसा next is membrane bound distinct structures. So what is this membrane bound and non membrane bound? उदा हांवें तुमकां organelles सांगलेले पळय cell organelles. So here cell organelles are divided into two broad categories. किती आसा membrane bound आणि non membrane bound. For example, Lisa and Skyla are best friends. Okay, when Lisa is absent, Skyla is saying, oh, Lisa is not there, so I'll just run. So then धावता घराकडे. Okay, but when Skyla is absent, same Lisa तेच करता. When they both are sitting here, they both are listening to my class together. But if they have something interesting to talk, then they will talk. They will not listen no matter how loudly I shout here. Okay, so what is happening here? They both are dependent on each other. Okay, their functions, whether they are paying attention or not, everything is dependent on each other. So this membrane bound distinct structures जे आसा पळय यांचे सगळ्यांचे functions किती आसा एकामेकाचे dependent आसा. If any of this fails जाल्यार कितें जातले त्यांचे जे normal functioning आसा पळय ते functioning जावपाना. Okay, so कोण कोण असे structures आसा जेंचे कितें म्हणटा ते functions are dependent on each other. Number one is nucleus. Number two is number three is then okay, and then which are the non-membrane bound structures? Ribosomes आणि centrosomes. इथले या दोरा non-membrane bound फक्त दोन आसा. कोण कोणते? Ribosomes आणि centrosomes. Rest all are membrane bound distinct structures. Is this clear to everybody? But hanga कोण येवपाना? Cell wall, plasma membrane, cytoplasm येवपाना. Because here we are talking only about cell organelles. All the structures which are present on the cytoplasm. Yes, is this clear to everybody? Okay. So ribosomes are what? They are present in both eukaryote as well as prokaryote. So within the cell, ribosomes are found. Where they are found? In the cytoplasm, chloroplast, and in the mitochondria and in the rough endoplasmic reticulum or RER. Okay, the function what is doing, we'll study it later. Okay, then centrosomes present in animal cell and this help in cell division. So what we have learned, ribosome are present in both plant and animal, but centrosomes are present only in animal cell. One more difference between plant and animal. Remember, this question can come even for 5 marks. So you have to be prepared with minimum 12 points of difference between plants and animals. एक ऑर्गेनल घेऊन ऍबसेंट प्रेझेंट बरोवपाक वचना का माझ्या बीन टेस्टाक बीन अशें केलें न्ही आय विल कन्सिडर दॅट एवरीथिंग इज 1 पॉयंट आनी हाफ मार्क दितले मागीर और मे बी 2 points as 1 point अशें हाफ करून कट जातले सो रिमेंबर इन बायो वी डोंट हॅव टू स्कोर बेर मिनिमम वी हॅव टू स्कोर फुल मार्क्स ओके जाल्यारूच बायोलॉजी घेतल्यार जर कितें तरी फायदो जातलो नाल्यार कांय फायदो ना बायो घेवनूय जर तुमी जर जस्ट 60-70% स्कोर करता इट्स ऑफ नो यूज ओके सो घेतला पळय तेजे फुल कितें म्हणटा वापर करून घेया ओके इज दिस क्लियर येस yes is this clear so thank you thanks yeah so what you're going to do now is hitutले जे किती keywords आसा पळय I'm giving you 2 minutes to just highlight all those keywords okay we have completed till page yeah overview okay only one slide is remaining for the overview of cell that is size and shape of cell okay only this will cover up and then you can highlight the keywords okay yes size and shape obviously different sizes and different shapes amka popang meta so size unicellular organism mycoplasma is the smallest one Please remember mycoplasma. Why I'm telling you mycoplasma? Because we have something called as mesosomes here. And most of the time, ज्यांना 2 marks question is येता, and the question is about mesosome, people end up writing about mycoplasma. So bestet मागी 2 marks की जाता, delete जाता. Okay, you are losing. Even though you are writing everything, you are not getting marks because mesosome is different than mycoplasma. Okay, mycoplasma is what? Smallest cell which is 0.3 mm in length. Bacteria 3 to 5 micrometer. Largest, yeah, खूपदा almost you can say every alternate year, every higher secondary they are asking this. Largest isolated single cell is ostrich egg. The anda उबाल के दूध है ना मंडा पे. If it's ostrich, then all of us can eat it. Okay, so it's that huge ostrich. Okay, and it's not, you can say, multicellular. Fine, ostrich is a bird, खबर ऐसा नहीं? And bird is not unicellular, it is multicellular. And this egg is what? Egg is unicellular. Is this clear? Yes? मागील. Multicellular organism, example किती असा? Human red blood cell which is 7 micrometer in diameter आणि nerve cell is the longest cell. Nerve cell सुद्धा खूपदा येतं. Okay, longest cell in multicellular organism is nerve cells. Fine. Then shape, obviously you have this shape, polygonal shape, columnar shape, cuboid shape, thread-like, even irregular type of cells are found, right? And obviously these shapes of the cell are dependent on what functions they are performing. Okay, based on where they are present location and also they किती function perform करता पय त्याच्या वयल्यान their shape might change. Fine, is this clear? And this is the diagram you have in your textbook. Fine, so now you can start highlighting the important points. Okay. So we'll finish with prokaryotic cell and then you can leave. Okay. कितल्यांकोय जावते 15 मिनिटाचा झाल्याला वचपाक मेळटले. Okay. Ready? So but please pay attention आणि किती question विचारल्याला reply. Okay. Yes. So prokaryotic cell. What are the organisms which is represented in prokaryotic cell? So number one is bacteria. Number two is blue green algae. Three is mycoplasma, which is the smallest one, right? Mycoplasma. Then it is PPLO. What is PPLO? Pleuro pneumonia like organism, which is a subgroup of mycoplasma. Okay, subgroup म्हणजे तुमका आतापर्यंत तरी खबर असतले, right? First chapter we have learned these things. Okay, then they are generally very small, right, in size, and obviously they are multiplying very fast, multiplying very rapidly. Okay, then if you are comparing it with the eukaryote, अनेक difference मिळाव तुमका. What is it? Okay, just make take your notebook. Make two columns. I think back side will be better. Back. Take a fresh page. Okay, new page. Okay, use the entire page. Yes, entire page you can use. Yes. Divide it into two halves. So first you're going to write down difference between plant cell, animal cell. Just write down the heading, plant cell, and the other side, animal cell. Okay. So number one difference between plant cell, animal cell is cell wall present in plant cell. Cell wall present in plant cell. And absent in animal cell. Cell wall absent in animal cell. Number two. Number two. Plastids are present in plant cell. Plastids. There are three types of plastids. Okay, the three type खंयचे ते आमी मागीर पळयतली. Plastids are present in plant cell, absent in animal cell. Okay. By the way, heading किती बरयला plant cell and animal cell बरयला, right? Because the difference between plant cell, animal cell is different. The difference between plant and animal फक्त असे दिले न्ही जाल्यार त्याचो meaning वेगळो आता. Because तुम्ही जर plant cell बरयले आणि तुम्ही जर तितून एक difference बरयलो that plants cannot move from one place to another. Animals can move from one place to another. No, you're not getting the marks. because you are talking about the cell, not the organism. Okay, is this clear? So this is different. That is plant cell, animal cell is different, and plant and animal is different. सामक सिंपल गोष्ट असा ही पण ह्याच्या खातीर खूपदा मार्क्स कट जाता. Okay. Yes, is this clear? Then leave that entire page. Then the next page you can write down. Next page you can write down. Eukaryotic organism. Eukaryotic cell, sorry, not organism. Eukaryotic cell, prokaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell, prokaryotic cell. Done? So what is the major difference? Prokaryote lack a membrane bound nucleus. Lack a membrane bound nucleus. This is about prokaryotes. Okay. Lack a membrane bound nucleus. This will come under prokaryotes. Under eukaryote, you can write down have membrane bound nuclei. Have membrane bound nuclei. In the bracket, you can write down. In the bracket, you can write down well defined nucleus. Well defined nucleus. Okay. Then second difference between prokaryote and eukaryote, which is given in your textbook, is that prokaryotes are smaller in size. Prokaryotes are smaller in size as compared to eukaryotes. And eukaryote is what? Bigger in size as compared to prokaryotes. Eukaryotes bigger in size as compared to prokaryotes. Then prokaryotic cell multiply. Prokaryotic cells multiply more rapidly than eukaryotic cell. More rapidly than eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cell multiply more rapidly than eukaryotic cell. Then under eukaryote you can write down rate of multiplication of cell, rate of multiplication of eukaryotic cell, rate of multiplication of eukaryotic cell is slower than prokaryotes. Rate of multiplication in eukaryotic cell is slower than prokaryotic cell. Done? Okay. Next is about shape and size. So there are four basic shapes present in prokaryote. Number one is bacillus, which looks like rod shape. Coccus, which is spherical shape. Vibrio, which is comma shape. Spiral, which is spiral shape. So this shape दिसता पण तसे त्यांका नावा दिला. That is bacillus, coccus, vibrio, and spirillum. Fine. Then prokaryotic cell consists of what? Number one, cell wall. Number two, cytoplasm. Three, nucleus. Then plasmid, ribosome, mesosome. Cell wall खबर असा? Yes. Present in all the prokaryote except for mycoplasma. Cytoplasm, obviously, it is semi-fluid matrix. Nucleus, असा, but it is not well defined, right? आणि obviously त्याच्या भितर किती असा DNA असा. So आम्ही किती म्हणता here nucleus is not well defined. त्याका एक भायल्याचे envelope असतं. ते envelope ना. But we know that in nucleus what is present? Genetic material, that is DNA or RNA is present. So if they are सारखे covered ना, then is it going out of the nucleus and spreading everywhere in the cytoplasm? No, right? Even though किती म्हणता बाई आता घर कसे असू इट इज प्रोटेक्टिंग यू फ्रॉम द एक्सटर्नल एन्व्हायरमेंट तो व्हडलो बंगलो असू नाल्यार बारीकशी झोपडी असू ओके बट when we are comparing it that is different but at least it is protecting you from the external environment, right? So same thing here is when we are talking about nucleus. Okay, nucleus hanga well defined na सारखे तेका covering ना but that doesn't mean that whatever present inside the nucleus is spilling out of it. Okay, then plasmid, yes, small circular DNA outside the genomic DNA. न्यूक्लियसान जो DNA असता पळय तेजाकून extra DNA असता which is present in the plasmid which is small circular, okay, circular DNA outside the genomic DNA. genomic म्हणजे कोणतो न्यूक्लियसान असा तो. Okay, then this provide unique phenotype to bacteria like resistance to antibiotics. Okay, this is like giving a special superpower to the prokaryotes. किती करता ते antibiotic resistance त्यांका देता. Okay, it is given by whom? Given by plasmids. Plasmids is different, plastids is different. Okay, mid, plasmid is what? Extra smaller circular DNA. Plastid is 3 types. Chloroplast is one type of plastid and it is not present here. Okay, is this clear to everybody? Then ribosome, 70S ribosome. 30 kilometer, 40 centimeter. What is this kilometer, centimeter? Units, right? So this 70S is what? This is the unit of ribosome. आता S किती? What does it stand for? That we will see in short time. Okay, 70S ribosome. Mesosome, I told you, very important. These are the specialized differentiated form of cell membrane called mesosome and it is a characteristic of prokaryotes. So this is present only and only in prokaryotic cells. So one more difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes you can write down. In prokaryotic cell, mesosomes are present, which is the key character of prokaryotic cell. Mesosomes are present in prokaryotes, which is its key character. Okay. Then it is mesosomes are absent in eukaryotes. Okay. And what are these mesosomes, by the way? These are the infoldings. मधी मध्ये असे भितर कितीतरी एक स्ट्रक्चर येता असतलो that is actually mesosomes. We'll see this in detail. Okay, is this clear till now? कोण कोण असा? Cell wall, cytoplasm, nucleus. Nucleus and किती different असा? Not well defined, right? But still DNA is protected. Plasmid. Plasmid is not present in eukaryote. It is only the character of prokaryote, right? So small circular DNA is present here. Ribosome, 70S ribosome. Okay. So write down the next point, difference between eukaryote and prokaryote and eukaryote. So under prokaryote you can write down 70S ribosome is present. Prokaryote, 70S ribosome is present. And eukaryote, 80S, 80. 80S ribosome is present in eukaryote. Okay. Then next point, plasmids, plasmids under prokaryotes right now, plasmids, which is small circular DNA, plasmid, which is small circular DNA outside genomic DNA, outside genomic DNA is present, is present, and plasmids are absent in eukaryotes. Plasmids are absent in eukaryotes. Clear? Just search for mesosome in your textbook and highlight it. Because I really don't want anybody to make mistakes here. Barik barik itni. Okay, then highlight Bacillus, Coccus, Vibrio, Spirillum. PPLO, Mycoplasma, blue green algae, bacteria. Okay, I'll stop here for today. Best already तुमको नींद था ये शिकल है आणि नींद. Okay, so we'll continue in next class about prokaryotic cell. I'm giving you 3 minutes to revise everything that we have studied today. Then I'll ask you questions, which will be Viva type questions. Okay, close your textbook. Explain cell theory. Huh? Name of the scientist is not required. Just tell me what is the theory. There are only 2 points under cell theory. Yes, very good. This is cell theory. Those points are under cell theory. This is correct. Okay. Next question is name any four membrane bound distinct structures. हाँ हाँ ಒಳ್ಳೆ हम्म नहीं कुछ है न्यूक्लियस वेरी गुड बेंजामिन व्हाट इज माइकोप्लाज्मा smallest what cell prokaryotic or eukaryotic prokaryotic its size is yes correct 0.3 mm okay yeah what is the full form of pplo pplo रखे तरह yes Kayla what is the full form of pplo okay. Homework what are the four shapes of prokaryotic cell hmm. yeah coccus vibrio forma sheet okay yes so we stop here for today see you on Friday thank you